Okay, thank you for stopping in again. I wanted to talk a little bit more about Martian Manhunter and just kind of, again, food for your subconscious, what he means, but, with his creation, what was going on historically. And this is a character that we know debuted in 1955. This is during the height of the Cold War and the Atomic Age. His creation falls in line with post-war sci-fi boom, where the fear of others, mainly aliens, spies, and outsiders, was deeply embedded in American culture. Now, the context of this is the United States was gripped in the fear of Soviet invasion and the Red Scare. And this is Cold War paranoia that is running rampant at this time. And people are being accused of being communist sympathizers. This is a real thing. We also have the UFO craze. Now, in 1950, we saw a huge surge in UFO sightings. They're fueled by events like Roswell in 1947 and Project Blue Book. And the idea of aliens living among us, either as threats or allies, was a pretty common theme. We were also enduring, in 1955, a lot of racial integration and civil rights. The Montgomery bus boycott started in 1955, and that marked a major push towards segregation. And that marked a major push against segregation. Martian Manhunter, as an immigrant from Mars, struggling to be accepted, subtly reflected these themes. There is also heavy into McCarthyism and xenophobia. So fear of outsiders was at an all-time high, with the government actively hunting for un-American influence. And this alien hiding among humans mirrors this fear of infiltration and the struggle to belong in this type of society. Now, the Green Man archetype in myth and folklore represents a mysterious nature-bound being, often an outsider who watches over humanity. Now, Martian Manhunter's green skin and guardian role fit into this, this mold here. He is seen as the noble outsider, which we've seen in figures like Jesus or Moses, who, a stranger from a distant land with godlike powers, who guides humanity while remaining separate from it. Like Moses leading the Hebrews or Jesus walking around man, Jonn remains an observer, protector, but in exile. He has a link, obviously, with Prometheus and his fire weakness. And his fear of fire is really linked to Prometheus, the Titan, who gave fire to mankind and suffered for it. And in some versions, fire represents knowledge and transformation. And Jonn's weaknesses could symbolize his fear of fully embracing his true identity. He also plays the role of this shapeshifter. He also leverages on the idea of the shapeshifter, trickster. And in many cultures, gods and spirits who shift forms as a way to test or teach humanity. If we think about the Anasazi myths or Loki or Prometheus, these were shapeshifters who still were a wealth of knowledge, but we had to always look behind what their visage was. So there's hidden meaning in the Martian Manhunter. He represents a fear of outsiders that transforms into acceptance and unity. And in a decade where Americans feared communists, civil rights activists, and foreigners, this character was introduced as being more human than the humans, being a noble exile, a protector, and a misunderstood immigrant. So this is in a lot of ways an immigrant story. The Martian Manhunter is something I really think leverages some old tropes that are existing in the minds of many Americans, especially if we were living the times and passing this information on. But I just think an interesting dive into what the psychology behind Martian Manhunter was, the backdrop on which he was created and developed, and I think it's very revealing about what this character means to us now. If you have more that you want to add to this, please do so in the comment section, and as always, hit that like and subscribe.